Hi everybody, welcome to the Cozy Cardigans podcast. My name is Mel and I'm the owner and dyer for Big Little Yarn Co. And hi, this is going to be a regular video podcast episode. If you saw my previous video, it was for the preview for my first pre-order update for my yarn shop, which has since closed. So thank you so much for everyone who has supported, whether you've ordered or shared or commented or DM'd me. I appreciate every one of you. So let's get to it. No FOs today, but let me just talk about what I'm wearing. This is a FO from last year, or maybe it was 2 years before. This is the Strata top. Is it Strata top or Strata tank? It's by Cieslak. Let me just go ahead and get up. It's just this tank top, and I can layer it for the winter, or I can wear it with like a comfy shirt underneath for like spring and summer. So very versatile. I used the yarn is, let me see, Amirisu. This is their Wanderlust linen. It's 100% Japanese linen, I believe. That's what it looks like. And I do not remember the colorway name, but I will put it up in the screen for you. It's just this classic red color, goes with everything. And I'm wearing it with this skirt. So very fun. I'm also wearing these socks. Let me see if I can show it to you. These are last year's FOs. This is the Petal drop socks by Florence Miller, I believe. And it's this faux cable. The yarn is my own, Big Little Yarn Co. Nurikabe. And yeah, that's my knit fit today. And so yeah, no FOs, but I do have some whips to show you. And yeah, I don't have any acquisitions. It's probably going to be a pretty short episode. No acquisitions. I do have some plans. Maybe I could talk about that. But other than that, let me get started. So I'll talk about my main whip. I was hoping to have this done by this episode, but alas, it has not yet been done. I'm almost there. I'm doing the fronts, but let me just start from the beginning. This is the Janette cardigan by Moreca knit, and this was supposed to be like a finished sample for the update, but it is still a whip sample. This is knit in Oshiruko in the Superwash Merino DK and Suri silk lace. Oshiruko, it was one of my colorways from the shop update. So if you haven't seen it before, this is what it looks like. And it is so cozy. I'm really excited to wear this. So yeah, I finished the body, the sleeves. I'm currently doing, trying to show this to you, the fronts. So I did the right front, which has the buttonholes, and I'm currently in the middle of doing the left front, and then I just have to do the collar, and then I will be done. So hopefully next episode I will be able to wear this for the episode. But yeah, so far it's been, so far I'm almost done with it. It's been a really smooth sailing. Mods wise, I did my usual sleeve shortening. One, I did the sleeve shortening, my usual, because my arms are quite short. And two, I also decreased a little bit more than called for. So I don't know if you can tell. So it calls for the usual decreases on the underarms. But what I was looking at was I wanted the arms to have a similar fit to these Baba cardigans that I was seeing online, and I saw that it kind of has a bit of decreases on the outside of the sleeve as well. So not just the underarm, but also on the top. So you could kind of see it go in a little bit at the wrist. And not only that, when I tried it on, when it was just this width, I just felt like it was just a bit too wide for my taste. Like it was just too much of a bubble sleeve, which I wasn't really going for. I was going for like a slight bubble sleeve, but not like a huge bubble. So what I did was I did additional decreases. I think I did 5 sets, so 10 more stitches of decreases here. And it looks kind of funny when it's just like laid out like it's going the wrong way, but when you wear it, it has a cute little detail. And then after I did that, I did the cuff. So yeah, that's one little mod. Hopefully I can show you a bit better next time when I'm wearing it. But yeah, so there's that mod. And then another one, kind of a mod, but like not really. It's just, I just cropped the length by, I think I started it like 8 centimeters before called for. I wanted the length to hit right where my belly button was. If I were to knit it to pattern, it would have gone like quite below my belly button, like below my hips, which I didn't really want. I don't really like, unless it's like a super oversized thing, I don't really like tight fitting garments around my hips, if you know what I mean. Like my hips are quite significantly larger than my waist. So I like to have my cardigans and my sweaters hit my waist. And I also wear high-waisted stuff a lot. So anyway, so I cropped the length of the body. That's another thing. And then lastly, I also used the same size needles for the ribbing as the body. So I used size US 6, and then I also used size US 6 for the body and the sleeve ribbing as well, just because I didn't want it to be too tight. I tend to knit my ribbing quite tightly, so even though I didn't go down in needle size, I feel like it's still pretty tight, like ribbing should be. But yeah, I didn't want it to be too tight, so I kept the needle size as is. What else did I do? I think that's pretty much it. If I end up changing anything for the fronts and the collar, I will let you know. But other than that, it's just, I've just been knitting it to pattern. It's been a really nice stockinette project, but I'm so close to finishing, and this will be hopefully my first FO of 2026. So yeah, so this is my main whip. I'm trying to finish this as much as I'm trying to finish this first before I concentrate on other stuff, but that doesn't mean that I haven't casted on things. So my next whip that I've been constantly working on but haven't touched as much because of the cardigan is my stripy half and half triangles wrap. So it's in the middle of a row right now, hence, which is why it's kind of looks a bit looped. But I'm not sure how much I finished since we last talked, but this is what it looks like right now. But this is also a very nice stockinette project. And this was like my main project before I started on the Janette cardigan. And here it is. The colors, this one is actually a mix of two admin colorways that I had that looked quite similar, so I mixed them together. It's a mix of two one from Akari Yarns and one from Naughty Pine Fiber Co. They just happen to look quite similar. It was from an old advent calendar. And then this mauve is one of a kinds. I don't really know how I made it, hence, which is why it's one of a kind. Yeah, so, and I thought that it looked nice, so I took it for myself. So I'm using that right now. And yeah, there's nothing to say about that. It's just been going, and I've been poking away at it every now and then. Third whip I just started like 2 days ago is this little stripy bit. I don't know if you could tell, but it is the Olga sweater by Petite. So far, this is what I got. I'm doing the back. This is what the color combo looks like. It's these two put together. I don't remember the name of this yarn off the top of my head. I showed it to you last time, but it's this Merino yarn from like a craft store in Kobe. And yeah, it's been working really nicely. I really like knitting with it. It's very bouncy and plush. But this is a buddy knit with my brother-in-law. He is currently, I believe he's already split for sleeves, so I have to catch up. But it's because I've been knitting on other stuff. But I started it and we're getting there. So hopefully I'll have this a lot more knit up next time as well, but this will be my main knit for myself after I finish the Janette cardigan. I'm knitting the size 5. I usually knit size 4 for petite knit, but I was looking at the what do you call it, the measurements, and I feel like a size 5 is more my thing, so we'll see how that goes. I was planning on a size 4, but I would like for it to be more oversized than not oversized enough. So yeah, we'll see. But that is going well. And I do have one more whip. I feel like I'm going through these really fast, but anyways, I have one more whip, and then I guess I could talk about plans and also reads, books. But I'm knitting this. This is with my Superwash Merino Sport. This is just a swatch, but I had this like pattern stuck in my head, so I just decided to knit it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. Maybe I'll make a sweater out of it. I think it's really cute. But it's got these little rectangles with a bit of garter stitch. I don't know. I'm really into it. I think I'd make a cute oversized sweater, but it's just a swatch. We'll see. But yeah, that's it. It's not much. I've been really busy lately with work and life, so this is as much as I can do. The days have been short, knitting wise. So yeah, so not much to talk about for knitting. It's only been like 13 minutes. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, let me talk about my reads. Let me pull it up. Okay, so I'm not sure where I am in the book-wise. Like I don't really remember what I last talked about. I think the last time I talked about books actually was what I knit and read in 2025. So what I'm gonna do is I'll just talk about the last 5 books I read, and hopefully that's good. Cause yeah, I'm not really sure how I would collectively talk about all this. So anyways, hopefully the last 5 books I read, and then I'll talk about what I'm currently reading, and then that'll be that. So one book that I recently read is called What Strange Paradise by Omar Akkad, and it is about a boy who accidentally gets stuck on like a refugee boat. Like they're in Egypt. I forget what country they're originally from, but they're in Egypt trying to go across the sea to Greece, I think. And they get stuck or trapped on the boat, and he's the only survivor. And it's kind of how people can treat refugees and how they can be treated less than human, even though they have gone through so much in order to get to a place where they can find refuge, essentially. And it's also about how even like the smallest of people, this teenager finds him and she tries to help him. She's like the only one trying to help him. And it's kind of a talk on how you can kind of lose sight on, you know, your humanity when it comes to those kinds of situations, how easily people can lose themselves and to their own ignorance and their own prejudices. So that was a very interesting read. I gave that 4.25 stars. And then the next book I read was Immaculate Conception by Ling Huang. I really enjoy Ling Huang's writing, and this was really good. I think this one's my favorite of hers. I've also read her other book, what was it, Natural Beauty, and yeah, I really enjoyed this. This is about two friends who meet at art school, and one of them is obsessed with the other. So it's kind of like a toxic friendship almost, although only you can see it that way. And you kind of follow them as they grow up and they become artists and how their relationship starts to evolve. This is also kind of like a sci-fi, speculative fiction thing, so if you enjoy that, it's really good. I gave that one 4.25 stars. And then I read Play Nice by Rachel Harrison, and it's about these three sisters, and they're estranged from their mother. Their mother is an alcoholic, and she also claimed that their childhood home was haunted by a demon. And so they're estranged from her, and then she dies. She passes away from like a sudden heart attack. And so one of them decides to go back to her childhood home to try to renovate, to sell it. And it's kind of about, it's like a literal demon, but also a discussion on childhood demons. And it obviously goes into like how, you know, the alcoholism can be a demon to her mother, and how problems can haunt you. You might not want to let go of it sometimes. And so that was really interesting as well. I gave that 4 stars. The next book I read was Blood Over Bright Haven by M.L. Wang. It is a standalone fiction. So if you're not into, not standalone fiction, standalone fantasy. So if you like fantasy, but you don't like following a whole series, this was really good because it's just this one book. It was really interesting. It's about a world where there's magic. It's like alchemy, but only men are able to achieve this high rank. And the main character, she is the first woman to pass the test and to be accepted into those ranks. But she is still discriminated against, and she also finds out these dark secrets that is behind this magic system. So very interesting. A lot of discussion about prejudice, about how people treat minorities, how an established religion can be detrimental to society, and how it can kind of blind those who believe in that religion very fervently. And yeah, very good, very fun fantasy. And then the last kind of book, but I guess the short story that I read, is called Undercover by Tamsyn Muir. Tamsyn Muir is the author of the Locked Tomb. It's Locked Tomb? It's not a trilogy. It's a series. It's like heroinized. I forget the other books. I've only read the first one, but I really like it. And this one is set in a world where there's zombies, but it's like It's like Wild West meets apocalypse meets zombies. So very fun time. Quick read. So if you're interested in that, I highly recommend. I forgot to say I gave Blood Over Brighthaven 4 stars, and then I also gave Undercover 4 stars as well. But yeah, that was really fast. I don't have that much to talk about, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think it's because, yeah, I have been knitting so slowly these past couple weeks, but that's life, you know. I wish I could knit more, but I got responsibilities, and so this is as much as I can do. So hopefully it's not too boring and you enjoyed watching it. And I hope that, you know, you're also taking your time with your knitting. It's not a race. Although I see, you know, I feel like this, I'm looking at the clock now and it says I'm at like 22 minutes of talking or 20 minutes of talking, and I feel like it's not enough because I watch other people knit more than me, but I have to remember that it's not a race and it's not a competition, and so this is what I knit. And so hopefully you found it interesting, and hopefully I didn't talk too fast and too little, but yeah, that's what I got. So I'll see you guys next time, and please just let me know what you've been knitting, what you've been reading, because I love to read your guys' recommendations. So please let me know, and I'll see you next time. Bye.